Hello everybody and welcome to the new arcade. I'm Andrew and this is new Minecraft Theme Parks, the rebooted series in which I walk around different Minecraft servers checking out theme parks that they have built on them. So this one, today we are checking out the Walt Disney Studios park in Paris. Now we are on the Hyperion Parks server, a really nice and well put together server. And they have just recently opened the Walt Disney Studios park, which is the second park in the Walt Disney, in the Disney Paris resort. So we are just going to check it out today because it has just been opened, and I really think it would be something cool and worth checking out because, as you can see already, this is just an amazing build, and look at all these different buildings. Now, there are some videos in this series that will be theme parks that I have been to in real life and know a lot about, for instance the Disneyland video. However, there are parks like this that happen to be in Paris that are kind of hard to get to sometimes, and I have not been to this one before. So this is going to be more of just checking out what they have built or what they are building, rather than a sort of more of a history thing. So we're just gonna go walk around, see what we can find. I know some things about this park, but not a lot. I know it is sort of looked at as the runt of the litter in most Disney parks, or compared to the Disney parks, but nonetheless it still looks like a really nice park, and it is a Disney park, so it has to have some form of quality. So without further ado, we shall walk through this main building in here, which this is really cool how they have it set up as like different buildings, where like production buildings where they have different sets in them. And this is sort of Walt Disney Studios Main Street in a way, where you kind of walk along and you see the different shops on the side, but it's all in a studio building, which is really cool. A lot of people do not like the idea of movie parks anymore. They think they're old news. It's like Universal's becoming less of a movie park, where they're making a movie and more of a you're in a movie, and Hollywood Studios and Disney World is starting to do that with upcoming Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land and closing of the backlot and all sorts of stuff like that. However, I still think this is kind of cool how they have this huge building. This is so much larger of a scale, like as far as making these sets and stuff, compared to how I feel when I walk down Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood Studios. This is actually really feels like you're in a movie, which is really cool. So we will walk right through here and continue our tour for the rest of the park. So right here, I want to point out this part real quickly because this is kind of interesting to me. They actually have a Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse like not the picture, but the statue right here, which is interesting because they also have one in Disneyland, in the Paris, like Disneyland Paris, the regular park. So it's kind of cool how they have the same sort of statue in both areas. But further down, they also have like a Phantasmic Mickey or a Fantasia Mickey, which is also kind of cool. And they also have one of those at the entryway. So once you get through here, though, you can either turn right and go into Toon Studio, you can go left and go into what looks like the backlot area, and if you go straight, you also end up in the backlot area, I believe. But this center area, and maybe a little bit down there, I don't know for sure because I don't know much about this park, but this area is the production courtyard, which is kind of cool that they have 4 main lands, and then it splits up into, like, there's a Toy Story area and a new Ratatouille thing, and they even have their own Tower of Terror. So I think first we're going to go right into the Toon Studio area, and we'll see what we can find over here. So right here, like right off the entryway, like right when you first enter the Toon Studio, they seem to have this Merlin the Magician, or Mickey and the Magician type thing, which must be some sort of show. I don't know much about their shows at Disneyland Paris or Walt Disney Studios, but I do believe they have like some sort of what's the one, like Cinemagique or something like that, but that might have actually closed recently. I don't know for sure, but we'll see if we can find that. But so it's kind of cool. They have like this theater, which is in the other studio building, and there's a studio building over there. So they have like these 3 main studio buildings that you can sort of see to mark where the entryway to the park is. But down here, there is some sort of Aladdin ride, which I've heard very not so great things about. It's like the Aladdin magic carpet ride thing that you can find in the Magic Kingdom or Tokyo, but this one, instead of having nice theming, it's more of this really like you're on a set and the genie is like shouting commands at you while you're riding the thing of like how to act and stuff like that. And I haven't heard anything too good about this thing. It's probably the worst out of all of the different Aladdin magic carpet rides, but it still looks nice in a way. It's got this cool little background area board to make sort of the idea that I guess you're filming the Aladdin movie and you're part of the Aladdin movie. So from that standpoint, it's cool that they're at least not giving up on this idea of a movie park, but I'm sure it'll die out eventually because, like I said, Hollywood Studios is changing into more of you're in a movie less than you're making a movie. So up here is probably one of the largest, if not the largest and most popular attractions, Crush's Coaster. It is basically an indoor spinning coaster that I really, really, really want to ride. It's on a whole nother level than different things, like, for instance, when I'm going to Boston in a week, and I'll be in Boston probably by the time this is uploaded, and we're probably going to be going to Six Flags New England, which has a spinning coaster, but this is on a whole nother scale and a whole nother level. It's indoors, it's got really nice Nemo theming, it's really, really cool. Just from watching POVs and stuff like that, it really looks nice. It's like an indoor thing, and it's really dark in there, so there's not too much theming, I guess. It's sort of like a Space Mountain, but like the lift hill is really nice, and this area is really nice. It looks really cool. So before we continue into Toy Story Playland, over here is their little like Cars attraction, I believe, if it would load. It's basically like a very, very small mini land of, oh wait, maybe over here it is? Cars Race Rally? Yeah, it's somewhere. It's like over here. It's like a very, very small version of Cars Land, and it has a small little spinning ride, kind of like the new Luigi's Flying Tires, or not the new one that replaced it. I just saw it. I didn't get to experience it, but it was really just awesome how it looked. But it's kind of like that, but not as good technology. More like Mater's Junkyard Jamboree in Disney's California Adventure, but with like different cars. It's another one that's sort of frowned upon as like a pathetic attempt at remaking Cars Land, but I don't think that's what they were going for. They have limited space here, so I don't think they really had the space to put a full-fledged Radiator Springs Racers in there. So I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say that they did what they could. So over here is Toy Story Land, and they have this here, and then they also have one in Disney Hong Kong, or whatever it's called, Hong Kong Disneyland. And I mean, some people say it's not that great, and it's just like a carnival ride area with like a Toy Story overlay, but I really want to see one of these, because just seeing these different toys, and I'm sure Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios, when it opens, will be like a bit more of a larger scale, like it's going to have a roller coaster and stuff like that, like a Slinky Dog roller coaster. But nonetheless, this is still cool, and I hope they keep these ideas that you're shrunk down to the small, like the size of a toy, and you're really small walking around. So, like I said, it's sort of a, not carnival ride type thing, but fair rides that you might see, or just a lot of flat rides in it. They have a parachute drop, which is the Toy Soldiers parachute, so it's themed to the Toy Soldiers you see in the movies. That's kind of cool. And then they have Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin, which is a sort of a small spin ride that goes in a circle and it kind of dips up and down. That's over here. Kind of cool. Looks like Slinky, even though it's really just a flat ride. And then they have probably the largest attraction in Toy Story Playland is the RC Racer ride, which I would like to go and ride this real quickly because it looks really cool. It's basically a half pipe, but you're in the RC Racer car and from the movies, specifically the first one, I think, and you kind of go back and forth, up and down, and it's really cool how they recreated it in Minecraft too, how and it's like it's really cool. It's just a half pipe, but it really looks like you're in the toy. Oh, it's coming soon. How did I not see that? Okay, well we can't ride that, but that's something we're going to have to jump back on here to ride because I really think it's cool, and I want to see how they make it work in Minecraft, considering that it's it's like not a regular ride. You'd have to go back and forth. Probably a plugin, train carts plugin maybe. So through here is their new Ratatouille area. I don't exactly know for sure when this opened. I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago. But it is the Ratatouille area with a Ratatouille ride. It's basically a trackless dark ride, which is really cool. And it might even be 3D. I don't know for sure though. But it's a trackless dark ride, and you can essentially the track is obviously not there, and you ride through just on the floor, and I don't know if it's laser guided or magnet guided or how they do it, but it's just a really cool thing to see. I highly recommend looking up a POV of it, even though I believe it's 3D, so it might look a little weird. It's still cool to see how they do it, and also if you just look up a trackless dark ride, how they work, and that's a really cool thing to see. If you're a not roller coaster because this isn't a roller coaster, but just a ride nerd in general, you'll like that sort of thing. Now, over here, I believe, is the rest of the backlot area. Oh, no, never mind. We're back in the entryway to the Toy Story area, which means that's all a dead end. Obviously, you can already see this is sort of a really small park. There isn't too much to do here, but I think there is room for expansion. They have a giant backlot ride that could go if they want to make the same transformation that they're doing to Hollywood Studios over here, and I could totally see it happening, especially since this park is kind of frowned upon. It could use a little bit of a revamp and an overhaul. But over here they have their Tower of Terror, which I don't exactly know where the entryway is for it, but it's probably over here. So their Tower of Terror, and it's essentially like the California Adventure version, which might be getting a Guardians of the Galaxy overlay, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened over here too, because this is like exactly the same as the California Adventure version, which isn't as good as the Walt Disney Studios version. Many people don't like it, or they think that obviously the Walt Disney World version is better, which it is, even though I actually rode the California version first. The Walt Disney World one is definitely better because it has extra scenes and stuff like that. I think it has more drops and stuff like that, or maybe it's the only one that actually has the randomized drops. I don't know if the California one does, but that is just very cool that they still have a Tower of Terror in here. At least it's sort of them making a attempt at least to sort of trying to bring stuff from the States over here into different into a Hollywood park, which is really cool, even though it's not actually anywhere near Hollywood. So I believe if we go this way and take a left around Tower of Terror, we will make it to the other area, unless I am totally wrong. We have to go down into the backlot area before this tour is over. Yep, this way I believe. So this might not actually, they might have some stuff still closed and not opened up yet. Yeah, it looks like it. Backlot opens summer 2016, so it's opening soon, I guess. So they're opening this in sections kind of in the lands, so it's not completely open. We'll have to definitely jump back on here and check it out again sometime as soon as it opens. But normally what would be here is the Rock and Roller Coaster Ride, the Armageddon Show, the Lights, Motors, Action Stunt Show, which just closed in Hollywood, so now it's a Paris exclusive, and the Backlot Tour, which is also now Paris exclusive. So if you ever go there, that's actually two things that maybe they're not the best attractions, but you should definitely check them out because you can't check them out anywhere else now. So it's definitely something to see. So that concludes our tour of the Walt Disney Studios park, at least what has been built of it. So far, we will have to definitely go back and check out the backlot area, and as more rides open like RC Racer. So this, definitely expect an update video, because I really like this server, Hyperion Parks. They do a really great job of just building things and making stuff look really nice. It's definitely up there on one of the best servers I've ever visited. And yeah, if you guys have an idea of what other theme parks I should check out, or servers, or again, it has to be like a Minecraft theme park server, but I will tour any theme parks that you want me to tour, which I expect a Universal one coming up soon. Expect the Disneyland Paris park coming up soon. They're opening Shanghai Disney on this server too soon, which is really, really awesome that they built it so fast. That's just insane. It's so cool how they've done that. And yeah, just if you have any other ideas for what to tour next on the series, just shoot them my way in the comments. And if you like these videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Minecraft Theme Parks. Bye, everybody.